What's going on, guys? It's Smitty, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a QB power ranking. I know a lot of times YouTubers and content creators create QB power ranking lists, and they kind of just blindly put names to paper. They know these guys that they want to put in the front, names they want to put in the back, but you look at the order, it kind of doesn't make sense. But these guys at the Stay Hot podcast created a way to rank QBs. They did basically a one-on-one system, so you have the most accurate QB ranking possible. So we're going to be doing that in today's video. Now, before we get into this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you never miss another video. Now let's get into it. So as you guys see right here, this kind of just a one-on-one system. Now, because it is a one-on-one system, you're going through every single QB. You're trying to find the correct ranking. This will take a while. So the analysis for some of these matchups might not be as long as others if the matchup is pretty obvious of who's going to win. But regardless, let's just get through it. Now, the way I'm going to be doing these rankings is predicting how they will perform next season. So this isn't based on their career stats. This isn't based on just last year. This is based on how I predict that they will do in the year 2025. The first matchup, we have Caleb Williams and Sam Darnold. Now, obviously, Sam Darnold performed fantastic in Minnesota last year, but now he is going to be with the Seattle Seahawks. I think that's a little bit worse of a system for him. Whereas Caleb Williams is going to get Ben Johnson as his play caller. So I'm going to take Caleb Williams as who's going to perform better in 2025. And next out, we have Dak Prescott and Justin Herbert. I think Dak obviously could perform pretty good in the regular season with now George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb as his wide receivers. However, I do think that Justin Herbert is just a better QB in general. So I'm going to be taking Justin Herbert here. Next up, Jalen Hurts, Joe Flacco. Obviously, Jalen Hurts. Baker Mayfield, Jaden Daniels. Now, I am a huge Baker Mayfield guy. However, Jaden Daniels was absolutely spectacular next season, or last season. And I think that Jaden Daniels this year in year number 2. Now, he could have a CJ Stroud kind of year, but kind of a little bit of a down year. But I think that he's going to have basically an MVP season. I think it's like a mini Lamar. I think it's going to carry the Commanders to possibly a Super Bowl appearance in just year number 2. So I'm going to take Jaden Daniels. I think could be in the MVP conversation. That's my hot take for next season. His next matchup, Michael Penix Jr. versus Geno Smith. I think Geno Smith he was pretty good in Seattle. Obviously made a Pro Bowl. He played very, very well. Obviously a good QB now after having that bust label on him for quite some time. But now he's going to be in Las Vegas with Pete Carroll as his head coach. Obviously, I think that's a good fit for him because he did have Pete Carroll as his head coach before in Seattle, so kind of knows the system already. However, Michael Penix Jr., I think with Atlanta, I think he's a little bit, obviously he's a younger QB, has more potential to grow next year and be an even better QB. I think with the weapons that they have around him, I'm going to take Michael Penix Jr. I think he's going to have a better 2025 season. And next up, Bryce Young, Brock Purdy. Hot take, I'm going Bryce Young. Brock Purdy, obviously, I think is a very good system QB. He got a big payday in the offseason. But Bryce Young kind of moved me at the end of last year. I think he's only going to continue to get better. And I have Bryce Young having a huge 2025 season. Next matchup, Drake May, Patrick Mahomes. Got to go with Mahomes right here. Tyler Shug, Tua. Not even a debate. Anthony Richardson, Jordan Love. Got to go with Jordan Love. Kyler Murray, Jameis Winston. Going to go with Kyler. Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford. Now, this is an interesting one because they did get traded for each other. And they both have had great careers. Really, throughout their entire careers. But I'm going to have to go with Matthew Stafford on this one. Only because Jared Goff is a fantastic system QB, was in the MVP conversation last year, but now he's going to have a whole brand new system, whereas Matthew Stafford, staying in the same system with Sean McVay, he's going to have Devontae Adams now as a wide receiver too, next to Puka Nacua. So I'm going to go with Matthew Stafford for a bigger 2025 year. And now another interesting matchup, Aaron Rodgers versus Justin Fields. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers was a Jet, now a Steeler. Justin Fields was a Steeler, now a Jet. Their matchup in week number 1. Script writers could have wrote a better script. But I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers only because I think that floor in Pittsburgh is a little bit higher. And Justin Fields, I really don't think he's going to have a great year with the New York Jets. Obviously, he has that rushing potential. I'm not going to say he's not going to have a good rushing year, but I think just him as a passer isn't really where the Jets need him to be. And I think his first year in a new system, again, I don't think he's going to perform that well. Whereas Aaron Rodgers, I think, still had some stuff left in the tank. He really played pretty good last year coming off an injury. So now another year post-injury or post-injury recovery. I'm going to have Aaron Rodgers having a big year in Seattle or in Pittsburgh. Need a little water break after talking for so long. But next up, we have J.J. McCarthy and Russell Wilson. And now Russell Wilson, I think, is going to have a very good season with the New York Giants. I think he's still a competent QB. They have some solid weapons in New York. I think he's going to be pretty solid. However, I'm going to take J.J. McCarthy, and the reason being is he's being placed in a system that made Sam Darnold look like an MVP caliber QB last year. And I think J.J. McCarthy, while this will kind of technically be his rookie season because he was out with injury all of his rookie year, I think he has a better skill set than Sam Darnold does. I think being placed in that system with Kevin O'Connell, who is a coach of the year kind of guy. I think that JJ McCarthy is going to thrive in this offense, especially with Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison as his top 2 wide receivers. I'm going JJ McCarthy. And next up, you have Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. As a Bills fan, I'm going Josh Allen, but also as an NFL fan, I'm going Josh Allen because he won the MVP last year, was absolutely amazing with not even close to weapons that Joe Burrow had. And then Joe Burrow had a fantastic 2025 or 2024 season. Obviously, he led the league in yards and I believe touchdowns as well. But Josh Allen won MVP, fantastic QB. I went with my boy Josh. Now this next one is interesting because CJ Stroud and Trevor Lawrence, in my opinion, are both 2 QBs who kind of underperformed last year. CJ Stroud had not a great year number 2. He wasn't bad by any means, but he just was not as good as he was in his rookie year. And Trevor Lawrence, I believe, has been kind of a bust throughout his NFL career so far. It's kind of tough to say who's going to be doing better. But I think Trevor Lawrence in a new system could be pretty good. Obviously, CJ Stroud still has a very good offense, has a top 10 receiver, in my opinion, in Nico Collins. But I think Trevor Lawrence, being deeper in his career, I think he's going to finally find a little bit more success than he's had because he has so much talent, or like himself, he just hasn't put it together. But I think this could be the year that he does put it together. So we're going to take Trevor Lawrence for that reason. Next up, Mason Rudolph, Bo Nix. Obviously, Bo Nix. Lamar, Cam Ward. Obviously, Lamar Jackson. Now we go Dak Prescott and Sam Darnold. Now this is a tough one because I think Dak is a very good QB. Sam Darnold a good QB. But I gotta go Dak. Just based on the fact that Sam Darnold going to a new system, you don't know how it's gonna work out for him. I think he was a very good beneficiary of the Viking system. But I think Dak Prescott is just a better QB overall. So we'll go Dak. Then we have Caleb Williams, Dak Prescott. I'm high on Caleb Williams this year with Ben Johnson as the offensive coordinator. I gotta go with him. Herbert, Caleb Williams. It's tough to say because Caleb Williams, I believe, is gonna be great next year. I think it could be top 10 QB potential. But I think Justin Herbert has already proved that he kind of is a top 10 QB. But like I said, we're doing it based on next season. Who I think is gonna be better. It's just tough not to take Herbert because of the success he's had. I think that he's only going to get even better. I got to go Herbert. Next up, we have Baker and Joe Flacco. Got to go Baker. Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield. I want to take Baker because I love him. I really think he's a great QB. But Jalen Hurts is Super Bowl winning QB. As much as I don't want to rank him super high, that guy's a Super Bowl winning QB. So I'm going to have to go with Jalen Hurts over Baker Mayfield. Now, that doesn't mean he's going to be above everyone. I think Jaden Daniels is going to be an MVP candidate next year. I think Jalen Hurts is a very good QB. Don't think he's an elite QB. But I think Jaden Daniels could be. I think he's going to be a top 5 QB in the NFL next year. I think he's going to be an MVP candidate. I'm going Jaden Daniels. Next up, Brock Purdy, Geno Smith. This is like the same kind of QB. Both system QB. I think Brock Purdy is just a better version of Geno Smith, to be completely honest with you. Then we have Michael Penix Jr. and Brock Purdy. I can't disrespect Brock Purdy anymore because I took that other guy. I forgot which QB I took over him, but I do like Brock Purdy. Don't take Brock Purdy here. Tyler Shug, Drake May. Drake May I think is going to be having a very good year next year. And this is another hot take. I think he's going to have a bigger year than Tua Tagovailoa. I think Tua is great, but I think he's going to get possibly injured again. And because of his injury history and Drake May, I thought he looked pretty good last year. Now he's going to get Stephon Diggs this year. I'm going Drake May. Next up, Jameis Winston, Anthony Richardson. So this is the thing. Jameis is not going to be the starting QB for the Giants. But he's just a better QB than Anthony Richardson. And I got to go with Jameis. Because if Jameis gets in games next year for the Giants, he'll be better than Anthony Richardson is. But now we obviously got to go Jordan Love over Jameis Winston. Kyler Murray or Jordan Love. This is another really tough one because Jordan Love, I feel like, is a very good QB with turnover problems like Josh Allen had. But he isn't. His ceiling isn't as high as Josh Allen, but his turnover floor is just as bad as Josh Allen's used to be. Whereas Kyler Murray, I think, if he stays healthy, as Marvin Harrison Jr., Greg Dortch is a very underrated guy. Good running back room, good system for Kyler Murray. I'm going to go with Kyler Murray on this one. That could be a hot take. You guys let me know. Justin Fields, Jared Goff easily. Goff or Rodgers, I got to take Goff. Burrow, Russell Wilson, got to go with Burrow. JJ McCarthy or Joe Burrow. Got to go Joe Burrow. Mason Rudolph for CJ Stroud. Going with Stroud. I think we're going to be going a little bit quicker here. Now, CJ Stroud, Bo Nix. This is a tough one again. CJ Stroud. I think I might be disrespecting CJ Stroud at this point, honestly. But Bo Nix, I thought was so good in his rookie year. And obviously, the Bills annihilated him in the playoffs. But on that first drive, he had like a 46-yard touchdown or something. And I thought the Bills were dead. I thought we were dead in the water. Bo Nix, honestly, I think he's a very good QB. Another hot take. I think Bo Nix is going to have a better year than CJ Stroud. So we're going with Bo Nix right here. Bo Nix, Trevor Lawrence. We're going to go with Bo Nix. I'm sorry, we have to. Now, Sam Darnold, Cam Ward. Gotta go with Sam Darnold here. Lamar, Sam Darnold. We're gonna go with Lamar. Dak or Lamar. Gotta go Lamar. Gotta go Lamar over Caleb Williams. Gotta go Lamar over Justin Herbert. Then we have Geno Smith, Joe Flacco. Geno Smith right there. Baker Mayfield, Geno Smith. I like Baker right there. Michael Penix or Baker. I like Baker right here. Baker, Brock Purdy. I like Baker. Bryce Young or Baker Mayfield. But this is interesting. Like I said, I'm big on Baker. I'm big on Bryce Young. I love both of these guys. Who's going to have a bigger 2025? I think the safer bet would be to say Baker Mayfield. So we're going to go with Baker. Anthony Richardson or Tyler Shugg? I mean, Anthony Richardson, I'm not the biggest fan of him. But I'm not a big fan of Tyler Shugg either. So I'm going to go with Anthony Richardson. Tua Tagovailoa or Anthony Richardson? Got to go with Tua. James or Tua? Got to go with Tua. Tua or Jordan Love? I'm going with Jordan Love. I don't care. Jordan Love, Drake May. I think Drake May's going to have a big year next year. I'm going to go with Drake May. Yeah. I'm going with Drake May over Jordan Love. I'm sorry. Drake May, Kyler Murray. I got to go Kyler. He's just a better QB right now. I think he has bigger potential to perform better in 2025. So we're going Kyler Murray. Then we got to go Mahomes over Kyler Murray, obviously. Russ or Justin Fields, both former Steelers quarterbacks last year. I think Justin Fields has a better year than Russell Wilson. I think Russell Wilson will be good. Justin Fields, I'm a little hesitant about, but I think just because of that system, I think he will be. I'm being a little hypocritical. I think Justin Fields in that system could be pretty good. I think he'll be better than Russell Wilson. Now, Justin Fields, JJ McCarthy. I gotta go JJ McCarthy, and my reasoning is I really believe that system with the Minnesota Vikings can help JJ McCarthy perform amazing next year, and especially with his two great receivers. I really like JJ McCarthy for next season. Now, JJ McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers. This is where I might have to stop with my JJ McCarthy love. I do really love him a lot, but I think Aaron Rodgers is just. I think he'll be better next year. I think Aaron Rodgers will be better. Joe Burrow, gotta go with him. Burrow over Goff. Burrow over Stafford. Cam Ward over Mason Rudolph, obviously. CJ Stroud over Cam Ward, gotta do that. Sam Darnold, CJ Stroud. I got CJ. I gotta take CJ Stroud over Sam Darnold. I got Dak over CJ Stroud, though. Dak over Trevor Lawrence. Dak over Bo Nix. Then who cares about this matchup? But we'll go Joe Flacco. I love me some Joe Flacco. Now, Flacco or Anthony Richardson. The fact that this is tough is a really bad sign for Anthony Richardson. I'm actually going to go Joe Flacco here because I think he's had better success in recent years. I don't think Anthony Richardson's going to be doing that good next year, especially because he had that shoulder injury in OTAs. He's going to be okay. He's going to be back for training camp, but just getting injured again after just having shoulder surgery, being out for a whole year. Got to go with Flacco. Winston or Flacco. Okay, now we're just talking about some bad QBs here. Got to go Flacco over him, though. Got to go with Tua over Joe Flacco. We're going to go with Tua. No, we're going to go with Geno over Tua. We're going. I got to think about this one. Now, I'm really trying to think between these two guys who's going to have a harder schedule and who will be able to perform better in 2025. I really just think that Geno Smith is not going to be put in a position to succeed as well as Jordan Love is. So I'm going to go with Jordan Love right here. Got to go with Love over Michael Penix Jr. I'm going to go with Jordan Love over Brock Purdy. Jordan Love or Bryce Young. I got to go with Love. I'm going to go with Baker over Jordan Love. Going with Baker over Drake May. Going Baker over Kyler Murray. Mahomes obviously over him. Go Mahomes over Jalen Hurts. Okay. I love Jaden Daniels, but Mahomes is the top 3 QB. Gotta have Mahomes right there. Russ over Mason Rudolph. I gotta go. I'm going Russ over Cam Ward. I'm going to go with. I don't know. I'm going to go with Sam over Russ because the Giants do worry me a little bit. Fields and Sam Darnold, two former, now Jets QB and former Jets QB. I think I'm going with Justin Fields, honestly. Now, CJ Stroud or Justin Fields, I got CJ Stroud over him. McCarthy or CJ Stroud. Do you guys know I love me some JJ McCarthy? It's sort of, I gotta go JJ McCarthy. I'm sorry. Um, I think like I said before, I think Lawrence gonna have a good year next year. So I think maybe we do put Trevor Lawrence over JJ McCarthy. I think that's where we're gonna stop the JJ McCarthy love. Aaron Rodgers thinks gonna have a better year than Trevor Lawrence. I think if Rodgers gonna have a better year than Bo Nix. I gotta go Rodgers over Dak Prescott. Gonna go Caleb Williams over Aaron Rodgers. However, Jared Goff, Caleb Williams. I'm gonna put Goff. I think obviously you guys know I love Caleb Williams for next year, but I think Jared Goff is gonna have a better year. I don't know though. Jared Goff is losing his guy in Ben Johnson. Caleb Williams is getting him. He has a bunch of good weapons. But Jared Goff is such a good QB. I think he'll be fine without Ben Johnson. So we're going to go with Jared Goff here. I want to put Herbert ahead. Yeah, I think Herbert's going to have a better year. I think he's just better. I'm putting Stafford over Herbert, though. I really like Matthew Stafford. Lamar over Stafford. This is going to make a lot of people angry. But I'm going to go with Lamar over Joe Burrow. And now this is what's really going to be making people angry. Lamar fans, I know you love your guy. I know he's a 2-time MVP. I know you can't stop talking about your guy. But Josh Allen's just a better QB. We're going Josh Allen over Lamar Jackson. Mason Rudolph, Tyler Shugg. Doesn't really matter. I'll go Tyler Shugg though. Cam Ward. Cam Ward over Anthony Richardson. Cam Ward over James Winston. I think I've been disregarding Cam Ward a little bit too much. But Cam Ward's gonna have I think he's gonna have a solid year next year. Cam Ward, obviously, he's gonna be like the best of the worst QBs. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's gonna have a spectacular rookie season. I think he could have a pretty good year. I'm gonna put Tua over Cam Ward, Tua over Russ, Tua over Sam Darnold. We're going Tua over Justin Fields. We're going Stroud over Tua. We're going CJ over Geno Smith. I don't want to overrate Michael Penix Jr., but I really think he's going to have a good year next year. So we're putting him over CJ Stroud. McCarthy or Penix Jr. 2 second-year QB, so JJ McCarthy is really just going to have his rookie year next year. I got to go McCarthy. Brock Purdy or JJ McCarthy. I think it would be unfair. No, I got to go JJ McCarthy. I got to stick with my guys. These are my guys. I'm going JJ McCarthy. JJ McCarthy or Bryce Young. Going McCarthy. McCarthy here. McCarthy. I think Kyler Murray's going to have a good year, though. So we're going to go Kyler Murray. I think Kyler Murray's going to be better than Trevor Lawrence. Is he? You don't know. I'm going to put Trevor Lawrence over Kyler Murray here. We're going to have Baker over Trevor Lawrence. We're going to have Baker over Bo Nix. Baker over Dak. Rodgers, Baker. I think these two guys are so evenly matched going into next year. But I think I might go Baker just because of his continuity in the system. But I got to go Caleb Williams over Baker. I'm going to go Hurts over Caleb Williams. I'm going to go Goff over Hurts. I really love Jaden Daniels. I'm going to put Jaden Daniels above Goff. I put Daniels above Herbert. I don't care. Gotta put Stafford above Daniels, though. Gotta go Mahomes over Stafford. I think Burrow's better than Mahomes next year. And this is the QB ranking. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the final QB rankings. Let's see if there's anything that sticks out to me right away. So I have Josh 1, Lamar 2, Burrow 3, Mahomes 4, Stafford 5. I think that's a pretty solid 5. Then we got Jaden Daniels, Herbert, Goff, Hurts, Caleb Williams are running out the top 10. Then we have Baker, Rodgers, Dak Prescott, Bo Nix, Trevor Lawrence, Kyler Murray, JJ McCarthy, and Drake May. Then we got Jordan Love, Bryce Young, Brock Purdy, Michael Penix Jr., CJ Stroud, Geno Smith, Tua, Justin Fields, Sam Darnold, Russell Wilson, Cam Ward, Joe Flacco, Jameis Winston, Anthony Richardson, Tyler Shugg, and Mason Rudolph. Honestly, looking at this list, I'm really not mad at much. I think maybe I underrated CJ Stroud a little bit, having him being put at 23 under the likes of Jordan Love, Bryce Young, Brock Purdy, Michael Penix Jr., Drake May, JJ McCarthy. But like I said, I'm big on McCarthy next year. I think Drake May's going to have a solid season. I think I'm pretty high on Bryce Young too. I think it's going to shock some people. I think Bo Nix at 14 might be a little high. He had a great rookie year, but maybe 14 is a little too high. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What would you change about my ranking? And if you guys are interested, I'm going to link this quiz down in the comment section below so that you can do it for yourself and compare yours to mine. But let me know in the comments, What do you think? What are you guys mad at me for? What are you guys happy with me? Do you agree with my takes? Disagree? Let me know in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.